Minister of Tourism Marshall Henderson announced a 1st October start to the 2023-2024 cruise tourism season, with an expected visitor arrival well below the immediate pre-pandemic years. Henderson is calling on stakeholders to do what they can to increase visitor spend from a pool of visitors that would arrive on island from 342 scheduled calls. Compared to over 1 million passengers in the pre-pandemic years, it is expected that only 857,488 passengers will arrive. The minister made her announcement via Petition Heartbeat, a program of the Ministry of Tourism.
Similar to last season, we will see fewer calls from Carnival Cruise Lines due to the removal of a number of ships from its fleet, including Carnival Fascination. We will continue to experience the effects of the loss of San Juan as a home port. This has resulted in the shortening of cruise itineraries, as cruise lines are now taking a longer route to the Eastern Caribbean due to home porting out of Florida. This fact is coupled with one of the most critical challenges we are facing in the industry today: the introduction of regulations to protect the environment through the limitation of carbon emissions from cruise lines has become a major concern for industry partners. We are all aware that it is our responsibility to protect our environment. We support all efforts geared towards climate adaptation and climate mitigation. One of the efforts being undertaken by cruise liners to protect our environment is the concept of slow steaming, whereby cruise lines are required to reduce vessel speed to conserve fuel and reduce gas emissions. Being mindful of this concept and the voyage from Florida to the destination in the Eastern Caribbean, cruise liners now experience extended itineraries. We, as a destination, will continue to receive calls from Carnival nonetheless, and all other cruise lines that have previously graced our shores. For the upcoming season, we are poised to welcome a total of 342 calls, bringing a capacity of 857,488 passengers to our shores. While we continue to look at the arrival numbers, I must encourage us to do all that we can to increase visitor spend on the island.
The season would see 18 inaugural calls, including the inaugural call from the largest cruise ship in the world, Icon of the Seas, on 30th January 2024. Glenn Bard reporting for SK Newsline. Former minister in the previous Team Unity administration, Ian Patrice Lyburn, host of his talk show program Straight Talk, criticized his former colleague Premier Mark Brantley, saying the Nevis Island administration owed Social Security millions in contributions. Lyburn made the accusation on his 25th September edition of his program. He supported his claim with a letter dated 16th May 2022 from the Social Security Board Nevis branch. The letter shows an amount of over $9 million outstanding at the time, which Lyburn indicated was in contravention of Social Security legislation.
Mark Brantley is fully aware that his administration has made Social Security deductions, from its employees, but it has failed to pay monies that they deducted into the Social Security Fund. What kind of man is Mark Anthony Brantley? His administration, again, has made Social Security deductions from its employees, the civil servants, and has failed to pay those deduction monies into the Social Security Fund. That cannot be disputed. And all communications to the NIA have been summarily ignored by Brantley. All have been summarily ignored. He has said, and he has taken nobody's, he has said nothing. He just has ignored all the communications, my Straight Dog family, that has been sent to the NIA. by the Navy section of the Social Security Magistrate Dog family. He has said nothing. He has not even provided the courtesy of a response. How could Mark Brantley be so heartless, Magistrate Dog family? How could he be?
When questioned about this matter at his 26 September press conference, Premier Mark Brantley pointed to political mischief during the breakup of the coalition Team Unity government, saying there was no issue between the Nevis Island administration and the Social Security Board.
I am not concerned about the likes of Patches Liebert. He is where he belongs, and he will forever now be a talk show host. That is his calling. Let him stay right there. Social Security has not indicated to us that there are any difficulties. I believe that we had, when Team Unity collapsed sometime in May of last year, when I suppose they were seeking to create as many problems as they could and create a narrative out there that we were somehow mismanaging Nevis, that Social Security had written saying that we owed some $9 million. Having looked at that, I smiled because the bulk of that, almost $6 million, was what they call the Social Services Levy. That's our money, meaning that that is collected, paid to Social Security, and Social Security pays it back to us. So it really ought to be the process of a simple set-off. But I understand that the mischief makers were at their best in that electoral period. But again, the people spoke. And in August, the people said to the CCM, as a former member of Team Unity, we are satisfied with you, and we're going to give you just what you had before, all 3 seats on the island of Nevis. So I'm singularly unconcerned with what the likes of this gentleman have to say.
Recently, matters related to Social Security have become current discussion in the political arena. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
St. Kitts Nevis shoppers, now you can order from China and have your items delivered to you here in St. Kitts Nevis. Introducing Channel Links, a shipping and logistics company from St. Martin that is making your ordering from China dreams come through. Channel Links imports top goods and items for vehicles, accessories, consumer electronics, cosmetics, furniture, toys, house supplies, and much more. Ship your items to a Chinese address, and Channel Links will take care of the rest to ship your products to St. Kitts. If you wish to get your items much faster, Channel Links also offers air freight services. So shop on Alibaba, AliExpress, and other Asian shopping sites. Get low affordable prices and get your items shipped to you. Call or WhatsApp Channel Links in St. Martin at 1-721-554-4802, 580-0171, 580-0065, or 580-4834. Or you can email them at contact_us@channel-links.com. Channel Links, your shipping solution.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Leader of the Concerned Citizens Movement, Mark Brantley, is calling on the leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, to reel in the rhetoric of NRP commentators and supporters. According to Brantley, certain NRP commentators and supporters have been using radio talk shows to air views that incite personal and political violence. Recently, the CCM leader has been appealing to NRP and its supporters not to take that line of action because of long-term and unexpected consequences. On 27 September, during his On the Mark talk show, Brantley played audio clips of examples of what he was speaking about. Both clips involved known NRP-affiliated persons as hosts.
As he presented his rebuttal to the budget by the Prime Minister today. But to listen to this man and watch this man kill a fisheries project for Nevis, and then sat in a parliament and said that he support the federal government to put the fisheries in St. Kitts, and they claim that he's interested in food security. I concluded and I said to my friend, such individuals deserve to be shot.
We have to get this guy out now. He's destroying Nevis, and we cannot put up with this anymore. I cannot put up with this anymore. You're going to take me alone to take him out? Or are you going to take all of us in Nevis to take him out?
Appreciate that.
I mean, how long we going to wait until Nevis destroy? We have to do something. We have to get him out.
Well, if I tell you something,
I'm the only person ready to start a revolution to get him out.
Protest. I'm ready to join you.
What he's doing for Nevis is destroying Nevis. He's destroying the people. He's destroying the economy. He's destroying everything.
Yeah, I hear your pain, brother.
I'm the first to start a revolution in Nevis.
Well, so you got to start with the first.
Why are you going to take me to start a revolution? Are you going to take me people? And people are guns and guns. This man has to go. He has to get out now.
Brantley called on Dr. Daniel Hodge to put an end to the behavior of those persons under her influence and to unreservedly condemn the rhetoric of violence.
How I destroy the economy and I destroy the country and whatever, the evidence is here for all to see. So all who believe that, come to Nevis. Because Nevis right now is shining. Shining. But what you're hearing is that people who have lost all hope of getting into office by the ballot are now advocating violence as a means to get to where they want to go. Let us not open this Pandora's box. And that is why I'm calling tonight on Janice Daniel Hodge. As the leader of the NRP, talk to your people. I want to hear you condemn that rhetoric. Condemn it, and condemn it unreservedly. You cannot have Tulu, Pastor Tulu, going on radio to say people should be shot. You cannot have your host of this NRP show entertaining callers who are calling in to say he's calling for revolution and he wants to know if it's guns that you need. Guns! Whenever in the history of this island have we ever heard any talk about guns in our politics? And what I found was instructive. Neither Daly nor Pastor Tulu nor Hensi Daniel sought to correct that caller. But the minute you see you get on that unruly horse of injecting violence into our politics, there is no guarantee of where that horse will take this beautiful island that we love.
SK Newsline attempted to contact the leader of the NRP, but was unsuccessful up to our deadline. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline. Leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, said she stands by the motto of the party and its long stance against violence. Talk of emerging political violence was raised by the leader of the Concerned Citizens Movement, Premier Mark Brantley, who recently played audio clips of persons on talk shows with known NRP-affiliated hosts where phrases associated with violence were used.
As he presented his rebuttal to the budget by the Prime Minister today. But to listen to this man and watch this man kill a fisheries project for Nevis, and then sat in the parliament and said that he support the federal government to put the fisheries in St. Kitts, and they claim that he's interested in food security. I concluded and I said to my friend, such individuals deserve to be shot.
We have to get this guy out now. He's destroying Nevis, and we cannot put up with this anymore. I cannot put up with this anymore. You're going to take me alone to take him out? Or you're going to take all of us in Nevis to take him out?
Appreciate that.
I mean, how long we going to wait until Nevis destroy? We have to do something. We have to get him out.
Well, if I tell you something,
I'm the only person ready to start a revolution to get him out.
Protest. I'm ready to join you.
What he's doing for Nevis is destroying Nevis. He's destroying the people. He's destroying the economy. He's destroying everything.
Yeah, I hear your pain, brother.
I'm the first to start a revolution in Nevis.
Well, so you got to start with the first.
Why are you going to take me to start a revolution? Are you going to take me people? And people are guns and guns. This man has to go. He has to get out now.
Speaking with SK Newsline on the issue, NRP's leader Daniel Hodge said the party has never condoned violence.
Well, certainly, as I said, the party, we stand by our principles and our motto of peace, progress, and prosperity. And in fact, you have brought it to my attention that there is some concern with regards to this matter. And certainly, understanding the NRP and what we stand for, we do not condone, we do not advocate, and we do not instigate violence. We believe we represent the people of Nevis. We have done so in the past. We continue to do so. And so, certainly, I would not say to you that we would condone violence if that is not part of our history. On the other hand, however, there are the records to indicate that the Concerned Citizens Movement would have, demonstrated violent actions, and they have done so in a number of different ways. And so, like I said, it's just a mere tactic to try to create some distractions. But certainly, the leadership of the Nevis Reformation Party does not condone, does not instigate, and does not promote violence in any form or in any means.
Brantley said he had already informed the police of the rhetoric aired on the radio programs. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
St. Kitts Nevis shoppers, now you can order from China and have your items delivered to you here in St. Kitts Nevis. Introducing Channel Links, a shipping and logistics company from St. Martin that is making your ordering from China dreams come true. Channel Links imports top goods and items for vehicles, accessories, consumer electronics, cosmetics, furniture, toys, house supplies, and much more. Ship your items to a Chinese address, and Channel Links will take care of the rest to ship your products to St. Kitts. If you wish to get your items much faster, Channel Links also offers air freight services. So shop on Alibaba, AliExpress, and other Asian shopping sites. Get low affordable prices and get your items shipped to you. Call or WhatsApp Channel Links in St. Martin at 1-721-554-4802, 580-0171, 580-0065, or 580-4834. Or you can email them at contact_us@channel-links.com. Channel Links, your shipping solution.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Opposition parliamentarian Royce Ford Senior Counsel on Wednesday delivered a presentation on the political landscape of Guyana and did not shy away from a searing indictment of the government's performance. The opposition is fielding a 10-member delegation to the U.S. where they are expected to engage officials there.
That we can say without any fear of contradiction that the People's Progressive Party is vulgar, is racist, is oppressive and authoritarian. And we have said over the years that the PPP engages in a policy of marginalization.
According to Ford, since the People's Progressive Party Civic took office, there have been a large number of breaches of the Constitution.
You come into power, we all would have seen an accelerated behavior of the PPP, an acceleration in terms of their breaches of the Constitution, an acceleration in the acts of oppression in the country, the depravity of the acts, the bulldozing of homes.
The senior counsel added that the government of the day is on a displacement strategy, which was evident when the administration announced it would import foreign workers.
No longer fighting over 5 coins. We know a country that possesses millions and billions of dollars. And the PPP understands this. And they understand that we are entitled to an equal share.
To this end, Ford said that mechanisms need to be put in place to limit the Ali-led administration's term in office. Reporting for HGB Narcle News, Shamar Allen.
Addressing the Jamaica Labour Party Council meeting in Southeast St. Elizabeth Sunday, speakers highlighted several successes under the Andrew Holness-led government. Recently appointed Senator Abka Fitz-Henley underscores achievements in education while countering the opposition leader's stance on removing guarantors for students wishing to apply for student loans for tertiary study.
I hear PNP talking about they are calling for an increase in student loan allocation and they want a removal of guarantors. They think that the people of Jamaica forget that it is a Labour Party and the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness that removed the guarantor requirement for people on the PATH program. Labour Party people, they take the people of Jamaica for fools. The PNP take the people of Jamaica for fools. They think we forget, and they think we don't follow current affairs. They think we don't know that it is the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness that is delivering prosperity for the people of Jamaica.
He says the administration is aware of transportation woes affecting several parishes, along with other challenges the senator insists the government is addressing.
We don't hide like PNP hide from the media and tell lie and deny the challenges. We admit it and we tell you how we're going to fix it. Christopher is moving to fix the challenges affecting the medical care system. Dr. Nigel Clark, one of the best finance ministers in the region, who has delivered care package after care package to members of the Jamaican people.
Meantime, homegrown Agriculture Minister Floyd Green bragged about the government's achievement on the lowest unemployment rate.
Him put in a Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. And because of that, we have moved to our lowest unemployment level in our country. That is action. Action that brings hope.
Green also used the opportunity to highlight the soon-to-come water irrigation program in the parish. It will seek to improve life for both residents and farmers.
We are not a party of talk. We are a party of action. So if you want to see what is happening tomorrow morning, drive go down and come up and go see the irrigation pipe being laid by the Labour Party.
Kimberly Henry, CVM News.
In the early morning hours, Army Private Travis King walked off a military flight and into a Texas Army hospital to be physically and mentally evaluated. He had just been released from 10 weeks captivity in North Korea after bolting across the border from South Korea, where he had been stationed. Prior to fleeing, King had spent 47 days in a South Korean jail for assault. The Army was sending him home to face possible disciplinary action or discharge. But he somehow managed to leave the airport with a tour group, seen here in a black baseball cap at the demilitarized zone. Officials say soon after this was taken, he ran across it. And just over 2 months later, he was suddenly released, the U.S. working through Sweden and China to get him home. Now the question, will he be punished by the U.S. military?
At worst, we're looking at a few months of confinement and a bad conduct discharge, which if you look at the practical effect of a bad conduct discharge versus an other than honorable discharge.
Impeachable offenses under the U.S.
face additional consequences.
I don't have any more for you at this moment on any disciplinary actions that would be taken. Right now, what we are focused on is making sure that he is healthy. I was told he was in good spirits when he was getting on the flight to return home. This is, of course, going through the reintegration program is something that's going to take time. And so we're really focused on his health, reuniting him with his family.
It's not clear why North Korea released King, but officials in Washington insist they didn't give the country anything in exchange for his return, while downplaying expectations that this might have been a sign of improved relations between the two countries. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
House Republicans have issued a subpoena for the bank records of President Biden's son Hunter Biden and brother James Biden.
Yeah, this comes after star witnesses in the first impeachment inquiry against President Biden ended up testifying that they did not have proof that he committed impeachable offenses. In fact, the hearing didn't bring any new information on Biden's alleged actions. The committee is investigating whether Biden engaged in impeachable offenses under the U.S. Constitution, specifically whether Biden was involved in or personally profited from his family's foreign business dealings, or whether he improperly influenced policy when he served as vice president. Now, the White House insists President Biden has done nothing wrong. Republicans handpicked 3 witnesses for this hearing, while Democrats selected 1 witness. But the testimony from those star witnesses, their own witnesses, did not support those Republican allegations.
I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment. That is something that an inquiry has to establish.
I am not here today to even suggest that there was corruption, fraud, or any wrongdoing. In my opinion, more information needs to be gathered and assessed before I would make such an assessment.
NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba joins us now. Monica, James Comer kicked off the meeting saying the House Oversight Committee, quote, uncovered a mountain of evidence revealing Joe Biden used his public office for his financial gain. So far, there's no evidence to back that up. So walk us through what happened yesterday.
Yeah, really yesterday there was this expectation that there were going to be some new details, a potential linkage between Hunter Biden's business dealings and his father. Remember, we're talking about the time when Joe Biden was vice president, and none of that really came to any kind of an open area here. This is something Republicans continue to talk about or point out without ever being able to back up with any concrete evidence. And that is something certainly that the White House pointed to. They were releasing a statement every 30 minutes or so reminding Americans that that is the case, while pointing to the fact that Republicans were holding this first impeachment inquiry hearing while we are just hours away from a government shutdown, as you've just been discussing the impacts of. But here's a little bit more from the hearing itself, from James Comer and from Jamie Raskin, the Democrat, who also responded to all of this to try to remind people of what has and hasn't been discovered so far. Listen.
For years, President Biden has lied to the American people about his knowledge of and participation in his family's corrupt business schemes.
All right, so let's get it straight. We're 62 hours away from shutting down the government of the United States of America, and Republicans are launching an impeachment drive based on a long debunked and discredited lie.
And again, this is something that President Biden, when he's asked about it, or others in the White House, have simply said that he is proud of his son, that he loves his son, he supports his son, but he maintains that he never had anything to do with the business dealings of his son. Valerie and Stephen.
Monica, we can't ignore the timing of this inquiry. Of course, we were just talking to Julie Sirkin about the government shutdown that's on the horizon that could affect millions of Americans. Our latest NBC polling shows the majority of voters oppose these impeachment hearings. So what could this all mean for Republicans heading into the 2024 election?
Yeah, they're certainly running a political risk there. And again, this was something that even Republicans behind the scenes told our Hill team yesterday. They were really disappointed with how the hearing went. It was 6+ hours. They were expecting more from it. And so I think you may continue to see some, again, within the own party of the GOP saying that if there isn't going to be more that's presented here, this isn't going to amount to anything. And that they could argue is the whole reason for why they're doing this as a potential political stunt to try to put the focus on this, even if there isn't anything there currently to back it up.
Monica, you said it was a long day of hearings yesterday. So what is next?
So there could be more hearings. That is at least what Republicans have pointed to, that we don't have a firm date for that yet. And the government shutdown could complicate all of that. But what would need to happen if this were to potentially advance is there would need to be some kind of charge that they agreed and that the committee would try to bring, that they would, again, try to link Hunter Biden to Joe Biden on. So far, that hasn't happened. And if that were to happen somehow, then there would have to be a vote, which would require a majority. And again, that support right now just doesn't seem to be there. It could potentially, if something else is discovered. You mentioned those records that are going to be subpoenaed, but right now it's just not very clear.
Right. Monica, thank you for that reporting. We appreciate it.
In just over 2 weeks' time, the Cricket West Indies Super 50 competition bowls off with matches across 3 venues in Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaica Scorpions are the defending champions and are now finalizing their 14-man squad for their title defense in the Southern Caribbean. Recently, TVJ Sports stumbled over an advert from the combined campuses and colleges for enthusiastic collegiate and university students to send in their CVs to be part of a training camp at UWI St. Augustine campus in Trinidad and Tobago between October 7 and 15. CCC were the 2018 Super 50 champions, led by Carlos Brathwaite. But this new move comes as a shocker to head coach of GC Foster's cricket team, Gibbs Williams, who outlined the previous policy on Hits 92 FM Sports Grill on Wednesday evening.
Floyd being the coach, or usually the coach of the CCC team, would send out an invitation to the respective coaches in the institution. For example, he'd reach out to me at GC Foster. He would reach out to the persons at Michael. He'd reach out to Robert Samuels at the UWI. And so we would coordinate a Jamaican leg for a child, and then he would attend the Jamaican leg and would select maybe 3, 4, even 5 players to come to a final camp in Barbados where a final selection will be done. So that is the normal route.
New head of athletics development at training at the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies, Denzel Wilkes, says based on what he has inherited at the University of the West Indies, that has produced the likes of West Indies captain Rovman Powell, the numbers are dwindling.
Over 100 persons on various sporting scholarships, including cricket, of course. That particular program has taken a hit. COVID has had some effect, but it's not the only explanation, because the numbers are down now to certainly less than 20 across sporting disciplines. Now that must be some kind of explanation in terms of the readily available number of persons within the campuses, certainly the Mona campus.
But Wilkes says there's a plan in place to make changes.
We are intending to restart, to reignite, I would say, to resuscitate that program and rebuild it in the interest of the broader development of cricket, and with not just cricket alone, but since cricket is the particular subject now.
Based on impeccable TVJ sources, it's understood that Cricket West Indies are in dialogue to have the CCC as part of the upcoming 4-day season. Hence, the push to increase the pool of players via this route. The combined campuses and colleges team has been out of the 4-day setup since 2013. They will open their Super 50 account against Trinidad and Tobago Red Force on October 17. Jerome Foster, TVJ Sports.